So Sims fam, we are in the Planet Zoo Let's Play here. In my European location, here at the entrance, you can see some of the happy customers coming and going. We currently have a 2-star rating. Guest happiness is at a 5-star. We have just started with this, so we are still working on getting into a positive cash flow and being able to fund some of these things. We have, how many animal species are we up to? I think it's like 16 or 18 animals here now. And then, we don't need that. So yeah, we are just going to be getting into, ooh, look at how pretty that is. Getting into building this out a bit more. As you can see, we've started to get some things going here. So I feel like we are going to need to get more animals going. We've got our flamingos over here, and we've got some ostrich family going. Oh, look at how pretty they are. And then, so this is kind of the bird area, exhibits here in the middle. And then we have over here a peacock, and then a bear. And this one is the Himalayan brown bear. So I think that we are going to go with more of those. We have a list here that we want to create some of the nice little, you know what, I just realized we don't have any lights in our zoo. I feel like we might need a few lights. So we're going to pause this really quickly and go to construction and lights. And we're going to start putting some lights places. Where could we put a few things? I do like these sort of decorative tube lights, and putting a couple along the sidewalks. Trying to also be aware of any like crazy expenses, because we have $784.93 right now. So we're trying to ensure that our we're gonna put one on either side of this near the entrance. Maybe something over here near this one. We just need to light up some of these areas, kind of make it a little bit more welcoming, I suppose. Over on the buildings, we might do something that's a little bit more appropriate for buildings. And then on there, the same thing. I don't want to put those on there. I feel like these are nice for like along some of the sidewalk areas. And yeah, so we're going to kind of just keep, I don't need to be quite that close to that. Put a couple over here. Just kind of light that up. One there. I feel like that might be fairly good. Put a couple over here by this way where people might be going. I like this one. I'm going to move down just a little bit. But that way people can kind of have a space that looks a little bit better. And is a little bit more illuminated. And then let's grab some other like tall lights. What kind of lamppost are we thinking? That's a super modern type. We'll put one of these here, maybe. And then maybe something over here, just for a little bit more of a brighter light area. Something up here for this. I feel like that looks fairly appropriate. Oh, not right there though. Why was that so high above that? That's crazy. Adjust that a little bit. I do like how once you kind of get the feel of the game, it's not so challenging to like get things like that in place. You know what I also kind of want to do? Let's do some hanging lights. I kind of wish that we could I might put some over here along this railing, which I know looks kind of crazy when I'm first posting it because it's not on the railing, it just is kind of near it. But once we get some of these placed, then I'll go in and like tweak the edit on that. So we can go like this, maybe bring this down here. I need to look at this a little differently. That's kind of cute. I feel like that's looking pretty good. Maybe. I wish that I could maybe change this just a touch to where it would be slightly different size. Here's the world axis. No, this needs to come up. That's pretty good. Like, for that. I wonder if there's one that's not so curved. Let me look really quickly. Yeah, there is. That's the one I grabbed. I wonder if I need to turn it the other way. I need to spin it. That might make sense. Which one is it? There we go. That red line makes it better. Ooh, this is a crazy angle now. Pull it this way. Okay, where's my... Sorry, this is like one of those things that with the game, it does take a little bit of time, but I think it pays off whenever you actually do... Ooh. Ooh, I don't like that. Why am I not liking this? Nope. We're gonna see if we can just undo that altogether. I don't like the way that that is angled, but it's gonna be what it is. Let's see if I can just kind of adjust this slightly. Yeah, it's gonna look a little bit weird. It's not really connected to anything. You know what? At this point, I think I might get rid of these because I'm not really loving it the way I thought I would. What else could we do? I like the ambiance that that creates. Let's look at this again. Let's see if there's ones that are just straight. And how that would work on there. I like that these are a little bit smaller of a like light fixture. So it fits on like the railing a little bit better. So that's a plus. But I wish it was just like white, I guess. It's fine. I was looking for the white light, and we'll settle for this. It'll, in the long run... Oh, there's a tree sitting on top of that railing. Might need to adjust that. Nope. Move that down. And probably back towards that. There we go. And now we can come back to the light. This is the one thing about our, like having our zoo open at nighttime, I suppose. We are going to just place a couple of these really quickly to kind of get an idea of where we want the lights to go. Let's see here. There's that one. A few of them along this edge. And then put another one over here. Yeah, this one is definitely fitting a lot better than that last one. And in the scheme of things, it's going to make it look festive and colorful and just overall pretty nice of an area, which is good because it'll make our little customers happy to be here. On the curves, it's going to stick out just a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, I think this was the right call to kind of switch it to something a little bit smaller to make it look like it's a little bit more part of the scene. And now look at this little area. It's like all lit up. Maybe I need to put something like right there though. We're gonna duplicate that, put something on these rails like that. There we go. Oh, just need to adjust that down. It is one thing that until like sometimes when you're in game, like you might think you play something nice and then you'll realize, oh no, that's like way off. when you change the angle of it. I wish there was a little bit more of a guide, but it's fine. Yay, that looks really nice. Okay, awesome. Now let's see. We need to put a couple lights up on these buildings. What kind of lights should we go with? Maybe just the simple, like, wall light. We're gonna remove that because that did not put it on the outside. Okay, that's because it's at a weird angle. Sometimes I don't understand how it places stuff like this. Okay, that's looking cute. Nope, don't need that. Double check that it's on the wall. Yeah, it's on the wall there, so that's perfect. And do we have other buildings over here? These ones have kind of their lights already, so that works. And I feel like we are doing pretty good. Maybe just put a couple of these other little tube lights over here, just near this building area. And one over here. Kind of make it a little more illuminated. Nobody wants to be walking in the dark when there's animals possibly anywhere around, right? I feel like this needs a little illumination over by this. Kind of just show that it's got that education board there. Okay, so now that's good. That's good. Oh, look at all the little baby peacocks. The peafowl are so cute. Okay, let's look at this just real quick. Aw, you guys. So cute. Oh my goodness. Okay. They need some enrichment stuff apparently. So let's go and do that. But something too is that like it's of course super nice to be able to go through and get things that help with that. Do we have toy enrichment? What's this? A large snowball. Maybe a sprinkler. I don't think we have a sprinkler anywhere for them. Well, I don't want to put that over there. We're going to put that over here, and then we're going to move this to back here. There we go. Now we have a few things that I feel like would help them. Yeah, I feel like that's looking pretty good. How's this brown bear doing over here? Where is he at? Oh, he's over there sleeping. Looking like he's doing okay. The habitat's looking good. Oh, we need more plant coverage for this one, so let's see. We need it from taiga and the tundra. So let us find maybe some plants. I'm going to pause this again because otherwise we know what happens and all of these crazy like game things happen, putting everybody into weird straits because they end up playing through and all sorts of crazy stuff happens. So when you're building, it is best in Planet Zoo to pause if you don't want to be like working against the zoo, because all sorts of crazy stuff can start happening, and yeah, it becomes an interesting little challenge. Why does it say it's not from the continent of the animal? Like, I'm putting things in here that are for these biomes. What in the world? Let's see. This doesn't make any sense to me, y'all. Why is it doing this? Let's look at the Zoopedia. Continents Asia. Alright, so let's look at the plant stuff again and look at some of these Asian things here. I want to have this pulled up though so I know if this coverage is like what it needs. Alright, it's not saying that it's bad. So at least that's something. I'm gonna put some of these... Oh, no, I don't want to have that part of that. I just want... berry bushes. Oh, that's cute. We might need to move... We're gonna have this one go a little bit colder because it's not reaching the edge of that like it should. Same thing with this. We're gonna drop it down. There we go. And maybe this range needs to be adjusted. Because I don't want it to go too far beyond the habitat there. Alright. I don't know. Maybe that didn't do what I wanted it to. We're gonna just bring that back up, just so that the habitat's nice and cold for it. Sometimes getting these habitats set up can be challenging, let me tell ya. Yeah, I want to find some of these big trees too. Oh, that one's massive. We don't maybe need something that big in here. We definitely need some good like coverage. And let's see what some of these other trees are. These are pretty cute. No, we don't want the flowers in there. These are types of ferns. And we're just gonna put some over here. In a few clusters, kind of make it a nice little... Okay, we don't need that there, like that. And it's got no available food. Do we have... Oh, it says it should have food. Let's see. Does it have food? You know, I mean, I feel like it's looking pretty good. Nutrition, less meal quality was moderate quality. So, wait, is there a way to... You know what? Nope, don't want to do that. What is that? Let's see. We want to go to the habitat, food quality. We can only do grade 1 food quality right now, so let's double check and see if we have any of our staff, our vets, like researching the bears. Got the ostrich unlocked. So we need more veterinarians, is what I'm seeing. So we're gonna do that. We're just gonna plop them over here. I'm gonna hire 2 more vets. And then we are going to hire a few more keepers as well. And then when we come over to our research stuff, now we can have one of them do this one. And we're going to keep a vet not researching maybe, because I think that it, we're going to take, where is this vet? No, where's this one at? We're going to have them do some training on that mechanic work. And then I think we might need a few more mechanics. We've got 1 mechanic. Yeah, we're going to need some mechanics and some... Again, I'm just going to plop them over here by these things there. And then caretakers, because those help with a lot of different things. How many vendors do we have? Vendors, we have one. We'll do one more vendor because I don't think we really have. We have this kiosk here. And that way they might be able to like swap out with each other. What's this one doing? Just wondering. That info place looks pretty busy at least. Let me come over here, make sure that these are getting, why don't we have, we're going to do $2 for the ATM fee, synchronized prices. And then I feel like that's good for that. We're going to do every 3 months, we're going to visit all of these machines here just because they need to be serviced and I want to be on top of them. Oh, look at all of these are being repaired right now, actually. So that's good. So we are still losing money. Let's take a look and see like where our biggest money cash flow is going. To the loans and ongoing expenses. Okay, we might need to look at, we're going to raise the prices on that $2. So that way we can have a little bit of that coming back in. And then I want to look and see just guest happiness overall, like their needs. Got happiness, energy. They're all looking pretty good. We could probably put a couple benches down. Ooh, they are definitely hungry though. And thirsty. Don't need any toilets. And education is not very great. All right, well, what can we do for that? First, let's start with energy maybe. Well, let's see, do we have benches? Not really. I think I had started to put some benches down before. And then because I had to rearrange a bunch of stuff since nobody was coming in. By the way, if you have this difficulty having your like customers wanting to come into your actual zoo, it might be because you don't have anything close enough to the entrance, so people aren't going to see you have anything, which is kind of crazy if you ask me. Apparently some of this terrain is pretty uneven, so it doesn't want to place some of these. Do a couple there. There we go. And then let's just check down here. Maybe we can put a couple of those. Why did I do that? Let me grab one of these real quick. The common ostrich is about to mate? Oh my goodness. See, this is why I get so distracted. For sure. Let me see if I can adjust their food quality because I thought that maybe we would be able to do that. Yeah, we can. So we want to do that for sure. And then duplicate these benches and bring some down this way into this little space. Which I feel like maybe we could put like, I don't know. I don't want to put too many vendors and stuff yet because I want us to get some more habitats going and kind of start getting this built out a little bit. I feel like I might need to adjust some of this terrain though, smooth this back out since I did try to put some of those exhibits and stuff there. Try to put a walkthrough exhibit, but I didn't realize the walkthrough exhibit only had like 1 or 2 little animals that actually can go in it. And so I was pretty bummed when I learned about that. But now that I know better, like that's kind of the thing, right? Any game you play, until you actually do things, kind of quote unquote make mistakes and do all that, then you don't really know that this isn't on the ground yet. All right, put that there. But now we have daylight, so that's pretty awesome. Okay, let's see what animals we have in our trading. In the market. What? Okay, let's reset these lists because I was like, that's not accurate. We are looking at well, so this particular zoo, we were kind of looking at some birds. Let's see what birds. No, I wanted to click. There we go. Trying to find. I don't know. This way is not that helpful. I feel like maybe if we go into this way. There we go. Any type. We're gonna do habitat. And oh my gosh, there's little penguins? Okay, we can't do that yet because we don't have a setup for that. Okay, let's go with the taiga, maybe? What else can we do? A giant panda? I definitely would like to get a panda. Let's see if there's any in the market that we can afford. Oh, there's this little one. Okay, let's really quickly go back to the Zoopedia because I need to see how many we can put in. So there are vulnerable species. 1 to 10. And all mature offspring are tolerated in the group. Okay, that's good to know. Okay. Alright, trying to... Okay, just double check and see that we could actually... We could get these 2 pandas, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, not that one. I think I want this female panda for sure. And then... we might need to do some work for this guy, but we are going to. Okay, now we need to go into the Zoopedia and see what size habitat that they need. So we're going to say 2 adults, so they need 11,302 square feet. And they need the temperature, grade 4 boundary, climb proof, and at least taller than 2 meters. Alright, so we've got that we need to do. And I feel like we might put it across from here. So that might be a thing. Okay, so I think we're going to go with the barrier that is like the red brick, since that seems to work well for everything else. We're going to do 20 feet across the front here. And actually, we're going to bring that back this way. We don't need it so short going back. And then we're going to bring that all the way up. And once we get kind of the area enclosed, then I just kind of go through and I'll adjust these like points because like this one seems like ridiculously far out. That's a little bit better. And then we could probably do like right opposite this one, we'll do a door. What kind of door are we doing? The wooden habitat doors, I think. That looks pretty good. Why is it still moving? I don't know. That was weird. And then, let's see. Actually, really quickly, we're gonna go all, and we're gonna raise this up just a little bit. Just make sure this is nice and tall for our bears to be inside. And then what we are gonna do is come through and do, that's a resistance grade 3. All right, so we're gonna go to construction, and that's where we're gonna have to find the windows, which I'm not super familiar with. I haven't done this much. Windows, wall window, that's tiny. What is going on with this? Why would they do this like this? I just don't like that angles of like doing all that. I think that's just a mirror, honestly. I don't see this working on these actual walls, which I know that you're supposed to be able to get them in there. I've seen other like builds with them. I'm gonna go just a little bit this way. It's built on an angle, so I feel like it's kind of strange. Yeah, it's a window, but it's not showing you through anything, so that doesn't really work. How am I supposed to put... Oh, here's the thick glass. I guess we can do that. That makes a little bit more sense. We're gonna move this really quickly to like a little bit more of the middle. And this one is gonna be that glass as well. I guess we need to edit the barrier. And we're just gonna do one more there. And that looks all right. Now we need our education boards. And then we'll have to start doing this habitat for the pandas to be able to go in. So that'll be good. I think that then we'll have to adjust the other. Let's just come over here to this. And I think I'll be able to stick this on here without having to have the background. We're gonna... Let's turn this a little bit. Why did it do that? Okay, that's pretty good. And we gotta wait until we have our actual pandas in there before it'll be able to get in there. And we're gonna do like a 7 on that one. And then this one over here, we're gonna have to turn down to like a 7 as well. And I don't like the position of this, so we're gonna move that over here a little bit. And that looks pretty good. Oh, look at how cute that habitat is starting to look. I think that looks so much better, having some of those trees and stuff in there. I think that's the thing, is like sometimes it can take a little bit of time to really like get your zoo to really feel like a zoo, because it starts like this and you gotta really add a lot of things to it. Get, you know, all of your pieces put together. What is this? That's super expensive, but I just want to see it. Whoa. Okay, we're not going to do that because that, like I said, it's super expensive. But I don't like the brown. We're going to see about this and maybe put this here. Get some big leaves, extra large. We're going to come a little bit closer. And I do like to put some inside and outside of the shelter. Just kind of help make it feel a little bit more. I'm gonna not move that. I just wanted to adjust this down slightly. Yeah, that's looking okay. Okay, let's see what else they are gonna need for their habitat. Food and water. And we're going to stick this water pipe in because I think that's the easiest and most efficient way to actually... That's fine. Let's set that there. To actually be able to like keep up with feeding them and everything. So it's just one of those things that ends up making it nice. Let's see. Pandas need it to be cooler too, right? Let's pull this back up and see what temperatures. 36 to 84 degrees. So they might be okay right now. We'll have to keep an eye on that because it's 79 degrees right now in this summer. I suppose we could put like one cooler in there somewhere. And then we can just set the temperature to where it's not like super cold. We'll set it around like 60 degrees maybe. And that should be pretty good, I think. I'm just gonna let that play here for a second. Kind of let that see. It's gonna start cooling that area down. And then we can go to our animal trading. And both of these guys, I think, can get sent to their actual habitat. Alright, are we playing? Okay. Well, look at this, guys. I need to angle this TV just a little bit. The screen for that. I want it angled slightly forward on that so it's a better angle for people to see. Oh, look at the bear over there. It's like getting up, go get something to drink. Look at the pandas are coming. Many guests think that tickets are overpriced. Well, that's fine. You can think that for a minute. Our pandas have arrived, you guys. Look at this. Panda cam. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I literally can't even. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. Okay, we need to do some things to make it a little bit happier. See, the terrain is set up severely inappropriately. We need more short grass, less long grass, and more soil. Okay, so just to kind of pause that for a second. Now we got the pandas in there, which we can start. Before we do that, we're gonna go this, get that done, and perfect. Then, see, you guys actually get to see what it's like to set up like a whole habitat essentially from nothing. Like you saw that we built this, just I didn't even check the square footage. Oh yeah, we have plenty of square footage. Probably could have gone with much smaller space actually, so we might adjust some things there. But for now, we're gonna, like, I don't know. I feel like because we can have so many pandas, like, let's see how much space they need in order to have, like, the max 10 pandas. We would need 242,000, no, sorry, 24,219 square feet. Okay. Well, so that would be fine. We would have enough here for them to be able to max out their whole entire, like, habitat. So that's good. No, we don't need to do that. Okay, we need to work on the habitat terrain. Let's get some of that short grass going, which is putting that in a better place. We need some soil. Kind of mix that in here. It's looking much better. And we probably need some coverage here. So let's go the Asian plants. And let's see, we'll put some little plants in here around the little habitat here. Just kind of help it blend in, make it feel like it's part of the space a little bit more. I think that makes it look cute. Same thing over here with this water base thing. I feel like it makes it almost a little bit more like a watering hole if we put something there. What is caribou moss? Just gonna stick some of that over here. Let's see what kind of trees we have to work with. That's tiny, but that would be kind of cute over here. Oh, I like the way that this little space is starting to come together. That is such a huge terrain change. I'm gonna put another one of these back here on this hill. Look at that, it's starting to look like a little tree landscape and everything. The Scots pines. Oh, I just realized how many things we have selected here. What we're gonna do though is we are going to take this ivy and we're gonna put some out here on this outside of this brick wall. Why is it doing that? My goodness. Alright, that's looking pretty decent. You guys, I love the way that that looks. This is literally the first time I've done things like that. Okay, we're gonna have to dupe and do some over here. So we're gonna adjust that as well so it's not facing such a crazy direction. I think it's this blue. There we go. Oh, I'm loving this. You guys, can you believe it? We've got pandas. We've got their habitat starting to look right. Look at that. It's amazing. Oh, this is upside down, so we need to spin that. There we go. I'm glad I caught that, because I would have been just all over the place watching for... And you know what? I'm gonna move this, I think, down here and move this one back up and then do like how I did with the others, kind of flanking that space by there. And that looks cute. And then we're gonna put this a little bit more towards the middle of the lane, so it could be for either the Himalayan bear or the panda. I feel like that would make sense. Let's see, what else do we need for the nature scape? I want to put some of these like pines. Let's see if we have a couple different sizes and styles. And I just want to double check that the panda does actually like that one. Okay. It's not saying no, so that's good. We still don't have enough coverage, so we're going to keep just putting some of these, some of this beautiful stuff here in this habitat. And some of these spaces, like along the edges, it makes it like nice to kind of almost hide the barriers. Like you don't always want to see what the barriers are looking like. Put some of that over here. We're going to come over here and start doing a few things. And up here as well. Okay, where are some of those little grassy... Alright. We're getting closer. Let's see what else we can do. At the small size of that. I like to do some of the grassy bits as well. This one I am putting like flowers and stuff in. Where did I just put that? I don't know, I'm gonna grab some of this fern. Which size is that? 80 fern 2. And maybe put some over here. I'm gonna put some by this like entrance and stuff. Maybe put it like this. And is there like yeah, some of these like bushes and stuff. We don't want it to be like super obvious that that is. I'm gonna put some out here on the outside as well as inside the like habitat, because it actually makes a difference whenever it is like that. Yeah, we're starting to get to where we need to be for all of this as well, so that's good. This one's a corner ivy, it says. We're gonna put that there, but we're gonna have to really rotate that. Rotate it that way. Why is it flipping so quickly like that? I don't know, maybe we just put it from the bottom going up. That might not be bad. That is a crazy angle. Nope, that's not. Alright, that's not looking terrible. Oh, okay, okay. We're getting somewhere. Nope. What am I trying to do here? I'm gonna just put it this way, but I'm gonna turn it to the edge of this. Nope. Why did it do that? See, we're gonna tilt it up, and then we're gonna rotate it this way against the wall. Alright, alright. I'm liking it, guys. It's looking pretty cute. I'm gonna put a couple of these over here. It's starting to look like a little habitat. Look at that, guys. Aw, see, and that didn't take us that long. I mean, it was a little long. And meaning we are probably about to the end of this video because you guys have stuck with me through all of this. But I feel like we've got some happier little pandas. This is within range. Could probably add a few more things here. Maybe some stones and stuff. Kind of make it a little bit more just like it's a real habitat, like it's a real place that they would be at. I feel like maybe something here around their feeding area would make sense. So like something like that. Something back here. And we're just gonna kind of keep adding a few of these things around this area. Just kind of give them a bit more to work with, you know? And make it just feel like it's just a natural space that it should be. I want it to feel like this is like where it should exist. That's a pretty tree. A lot of the time in the past I've done things and like been like, oh, I don't want it to seem like I'm impeding the views of the people, but like, hello, the whole point of a zoo is for the animals to have their habitat. People just get to enjoy them in that space. So we have to make sure that the animals feel like they're well cared for in that space. I think they are liking it. Guys, look at that. Oh, this ostrich is about to have a baby. How about that? It's so cute. I can't wait. We've got some good things happening here. Did she have the baby? Come on. Doing the little ostrich dance. Sometimes I swear, it does give you the notification, but it feels like it can take... Oh, there it is! There's the baby! There's 2 babies! Look at their patterning on that! Oh my goodness! That is exciting, guys. Oh, this little boy and a little girl. Ooh, she's got a gold already. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Let's Play Planet Zoo Franchise Edition. Look at that. Our zoo is starting to really take shape, making it look so completely different from what it normally is. And we've got pandas, we've got Himalayan brown bears. Oh my gosh, we just got to take a look at these pandas again. Do panda cam. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh, it's like licking itself and it's so happy. I can't even. I love it so much. It makes me want to go to the actual zoo and see the animals there. But this is, I suppose, the next best thing when I'm not able to do all of that. And yeah, so anyways, please be sure to like this video if you enjoyed watching it and you want to see more like it. You know, subscribe so you get all of my latest content delivered to your YouTube feed. And we will be able to keep up with everything that's going on in the zoo, and as well as all my other content here on the social media. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!